So, hello to the Next Genius team. I am Atharva Kadam. I currently study science with the subject combination PCMB, Physics, Chem, Math and Bio, at Mithibai College, Vile in Mumbai. I also live in Mumbai. The problem that I'd like to address today is one I feel isn't talked about enough, and that is how underrepresented India is as a country in the Olympics. And not specifically Olympics, but on the world stage in terms of sports in general. And this became really evident in the 2024 Paris Olympics, where the total medal count for India was 6 medals, whereas for the US it was 126. I totally understand that it's not completely fair to compare the two countries because India is still a developing nation. But when you consider the population, for the US, it was 1 medal per 2.8 million people, and for India, it was 1 medal per 244 million people. And I find that statistic to be very concerning. A big reason for this, I feel, is the difference between the high school sports in both the countries. In the US, when there is a match between two high schools, it is much more than just the students participating, and the audience are not just students but also their parents. And the enthusiasm is on par with that of a big sporting event, with the difference being only that the scale of the event is small. Secondly, the high schools in the US receive much more funding, and their facilities, even at a regional high school, are much better than those compared to India. And that makes a big difference. Also, the path to becoming an athlete is much more standardized in the US than it is here. The solution I have for the problem is to simply adopt their system. Now, I totally understand that this is much easier said than done, but we also need to keep in mind that this system is the most successful there is at churning out athletes, elite athletes back to back. Widely speaking, India has been improving. It is much better now than it was in the last decade. But there is still a lot of room for improvement. And I do not see this as a problem, but I see this as a very big opportunity for a lot of big improvements to be made. The solution I have for this is firstly to develop a system, a standardized system that ensures that no talent is ever wasted. And secondly, the system needs to be adjusted for our demographics. Otherwise, it won't work as well as it did for the US. I believe we have a lot of talent and a lot of untapped potential, and it is our responsibility to nurture that talent to the fullest. Thank you.